Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a moment and reflect. How often do we find ourselves caught in the noise of everyday life, rushing from one task to the next, only to look up and realize that something significant has been trying to get our attention all along? Have you ever wondered if there's a deeper message in the patterns, in the coincidences, or in the moments of silence you experience? What if everything that happens in your life is not random? What if it's all part of a grand design, a subtle communication from the universe, guiding you toward your highest potential? The truth is, the universe is always speaking to us. It's in the people we meet, the challenges we face, and the quiet moments where we feel a pull toward something greater than ourselves. But too often we dismiss these signs, convinced that they are mere coincidences or distractions. We get caught up in our habitual ways of thinking and forget to listen to the whispers that are calling us to shift, to evolve, to grow. This is the moment to pause and reflect. The universe isn't waiting for the perfect moment to communicate with you. It's already speaking to you. It's not a loud voice. It doesn't demand attention. It's a quiet, persistent nudge, a sense of knowing, an intuitive pull that you may have been ignoring, that feeling of discontent, that moment of synchronicity, that small voice inside that says this isn't the path for you, or it's time to change. These are the messages you've been waiting for. What if I told you that the patterns you've been repeating, the challenges you've been facing, and the dreams you've been neglecting are all part of this intricate message? The universe isn't punishing you. It's trying to teach you something. It's offering you an opportunity to evolve, to break free from the limitations you've placed on yourself, to become something greater. The question is, are you listening? The universe speaks to you through the energy you put out, through the people who show up in your life, and through the subtle feelings that guide you. Every time you feel fear, doubt, or hesitation, it's not a sign of weakness. It's the universe trying to help you recognize the areas where you need to grow. Every time you feel a spark of inspiration, it's a message telling you to take action, to trust in your potential, and to step into something new. If you ignore the signs, you miss the opportunity for transformation. But if you embrace them, you open the door to a new chapter, one where you are more aligned with your true self and more connected to the flow of life. The universe is not out there somewhere, it's inside you. It's in the decisions you make, the thoughts you think, and the energy you choose to embody. When you begin to listen, to trust, and to act in alignment with this inner wisdom, you start to create the life you've always been meant to live. The message is simple. Don't ignore the signs. The universe is trying to tell you something. It's time to pay attention, to awaken to the possibilities that are all around you, and to trust that you are being guided towards something incredible. Are you ready to listen? Awareness is the first step toward transformation. It is the ability to observe and recognize the patterns, thoughts, and emotions that shape our reality. Most of us go through life on autopilot, reacting to external stimuli without truly understanding the internal processes that drive our behavior. Awareness allows us to pause, reflect, and gain insight into our habitual thoughts and actions. It helps us break free from the cycle of automatic responses and empowers us to make conscious choices. When we become more aware, we start to see how our thoughts and beliefs influence the way we perceive the world. For example, if we hold a belief that we are not good enough, we may subconsciously act in ways that reinforce this belief, even if it is not true. Awareness shines a light on these limiting thoughts, giving us the opportunity to challenge and reframe them. Instead of blindly accepting our old narratives, we can begin to rewrite our story and choose new, empowering beliefs. Awareness also allows us to recognize the patterns that no longer serve us. Whether it's a pattern of self-sabotage, fear, or negative self-talk, being aware of these behaviors is the first step in breaking free from them. Once we are aware, we can begin to take intentional actions that align with our true desires and values rather than repeating old limiting patterns. With awareness comes the power to change. It gives us the clarity to see where we are stuck and the courage to take the necessary steps toward growth. By developing a heightened sense of awareness, we can move from a place of unconscious reaction to conscious creation, allowing us to shape our lives with intention and purpose. Intuition is a powerful force that resides within each of us. It's that inner knowing, the quiet voice that guides us when logic and reason fall short. Often we dismiss it as mere instinct or a gut feeling, but intuition is much deeper than that. It is a connection to a higher wisdom, a part of us that can see beyond the limitations of our conscious mind. While a rational mind is concerned with analyzing and planning, our intuition speaks to us in a language of subtle cues, whispers, and insights that come from a place of deep understanding. Trusting our intuition means surrendering to something that cannot be measured or explained by conventional means. It's a process of letting go of the need for certainty and embracing the unknown. Many of us are conditioned to seek external validation or approval before making decisions, but when we tap into our intuitive wisdom, we realize that the answers we seek are already within us. Intuition doesn't need to be loud or forceful. It is gentle, but it is always present if we are open to it. When we learn to trust our intuition, we become more in tune with our true selves. We stop second-guessing our decisions and begin to act with confidence, knowing that we are being guided toward what is best for us. Intuition is not a one-time gift. It is a skill that can be honed through practice and awareness. The more we listen to our inner guidance, the stronger it becomes, helping us navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. By honoring our intuition, we align ourselves with the flow of life, making decisions that resonate with our deepest values and desires. It's not about ignoring logic or reason, but about integrating both into a holistic approach to decision-making and life itself. Transformation is a process that begins from within. It's not about changing your external circumstances, but about shifting your mindset, your beliefs, and your perceptions. So much of the way we experience life is determined by the way we think and the stories we tell ourselves. If we hold on to limiting beliefs or resist change, we stay stuck in patterns that no longer serve us. But when we choose to embrace transformation, we open ourselves up to a new way of being, one that aligns with our highest potential. At the heart of transformation is the willingness to let go. Letting go of past hurts, outdated beliefs, and old identities that keep us tethered to who we once were. It requires releasing the fear of uncertainty and stepping into the unknown with trust. This process can be uncomfortable because it challenges everything we've known and believed to be true about ourselves and the world. Yet it's in this discomfort that true growth occurs. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process of unlearning the old and reprogramming ourselves to embrace a new reality. The key to transformation is self-awareness. By becoming aware of our thoughts and behaviors, we begin to understand the root causes of our patterns. We realize that we are not defined by our past experiences or limitations. Once we accept this, we have the power to create new beliefs, new habits, and new actions that align with the life we want to live. Transformation requires commitment, patience, and a deep belief in our own capacity for change. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about rediscovering the truth of who we've always been and allowing that truth to guide us toward a more fulfilling life. Energy is the force that flows through all of us, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Everything in the universe is energy, and we are constantly exchanging it with our surroundings. The energy we radiate influences the people we encounter, the opportunities we attract, and the circumstances we find ourselves in. Whether we are aware of it or not, our energy is constantly interacting with the world around us, and it plays a major role in the outcomes we experience. When we operate from a place of positive energy, we tend to attract positive experiences. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions all emit a certain frequency, and when we focus on gratitude, love, and joy, we align ourselves with higher vibrational frequencies that invite more of the same into our lives. On the other hand, when we dwell in negative emotions like fear, anger, or resentment, we lower our energy frequency, and this can manifest as challenges, conflicts, or missed opportunities. Being mindful of the energy we put out into the world is essential for creating the life we want. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts, but about embodying that positivity through our actions, interactions, and mindset. The energy we carry is contagious. It can uplift or drain others, and in turn, it influences the energy we receive. By consciously choosing to cultivate positive energy, we can begin to shift the dynamics in our lives. This awareness allows us to break free from old negative patterns and create new empowering ones. Our energy is a reflection of our inner world, and when we align our inner world with the life we want to create, we tap into the power of transformation. Understanding the role energy plays in our lives is a powerful tool for creating lasting change and attracting the experiences that support our growth and happiness. Rewiring the mind is a process of changing the way we think, perceive, and respond to the world. Our brains are constantly forming and strengthening neural connections based on our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Over time, these connections create patterns that become ingrained in our behaviors and perceptions. These patterns, whether positive or negative, shape how we navigate life. However, just as the brain forms these patterns, it also has the remarkable ability to break them down and create new ones. This ability, known as neuroplasticity, is the foundation of rewiring the mind. To begin rewiring our minds, we must first become aware of the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve us. These outdated mental patterns may have developed as a result of past experiences, trauma, or conditioning, and they may limit our potential. Once we identify these limiting beliefs, we can consciously choose to replace them with new, more empowering thoughts. This shift in thinking requires practice and repetition. Just as our old patterns were formed over time, new patterns must be cultivated with consistency. Rewiring the mind is not about suppressing negative thoughts, but about replacing them with more constructive alternatives. When we encounter challenges or negative emotions, we can choose to respond differently. Instead of reacting with fear or doubt, we can respond with curiosity, resilience, and confidence. The more we practice this new way of thinking and responding, the stronger the new neural pathways become, eventually replacing the old patterns. Through this process, we create a new reality, one where we are no longer bound by old beliefs, fears, or limitations. Rewiring the mind allows us to step into a future where we are empowered to create the life we truly desire. It's a transformative journey that requires patience, but with persistence, we can reshape our minds and ultimately our lives. Embracing change is a fundamental part of growth. Change is inevitable, yet many of us resist it, holding on to the familiar and the comfortable even when it no longer serves us. We fear the unknown, unsure of what lies ahead, and often prefer the security of the status quo, even if it's holding us back. However, change is not something to fear. It is an essential part of the journey toward becoming the best version of ourselves. It's in the moments of change that we learn the most, adapt, and expand our potential. When we embrace change, we free ourselves from the limitations imposed by our own beliefs and expectations. The comfort zone may feel safe, but it's in the discomfort of change that we experience the greatest transformation. Change pushes us to evolve, to step outside of our patterns, and to open ourselves up to new possibilities. It may not always be easy, but it's in the challenges and uncertainties that we find the greatest opportunities for growth. Adapting to change requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing change as a threat or something to avoid, we must see it as a natural part of the process of becoming. Every time we face a new challenge, we are given the chance to stretch beyond our current capacity, to expand our skills, and to become more resilient. Change brings new lessons, new opportunities, and new ways of seeing the world. It's not about avoiding discomfort, but about embracing the discomfort as a sign of progress. When we learn to embrace change with an open heart and mind, we become more adaptable, more creative, and more connected to our true potential. We begin to understand that change is not something that happens to us. It is something that happens for us, helping us unlock our fullest potential. Change is a gift, and it's through embracing it that we grow and move toward a brighter future. Letting go is one of the most powerful acts of self-liberation we can engage in. It is not about surrendering to the external world, but releasing the internal constraints that hold us back. Letting go means freeing ourselves from the past, whether it's past mistakes, regrets, fears, or limiting beliefs. We often carry emotional baggage without realizing it, and this weight prevents us from stepping into the fullness of our potential. When we learn to let go, we create space for new possibilities, new experiences, and new growth. The process of letting go begins with awareness. We must first recognize what we are holding on to, what no longer serves us. This can be challenging because many of us are deeply attached to our old ways of thinking, past relationships, or familiar circumstances. These attachments are often tied to our identity, and the idea of releasing them feels like we are losing a part of ourselves. However, true freedom comes when we understand that letting go is not losing anything, it is creating space for something better. Letting go also involves embracing uncertainty. When we release what no longer serves us, we make room for the unknown, and this can feel unsettling, yet it's in the unknown where the greatest opportunities lie. Holding on to the familiar is a way of staying stuck in a loop, but when we let go, we open ourselves to the flow of life, trusting that new experiences will come to us. It is through letting go that we release the need for control, the need to dictate every outcome, and instead trust that life is unfolding in ways that will support our highest good. Letting go is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice of releasing the old and making space for the new. It's about trusting in the flow of life and knowing that by letting go, we are not losing anything of true value. Instead, we are making room for our evolution and growth. Self-awareness is the key to unlocking our true potential. It's the ability to observe our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions without judgment, allowing us to understand who we are at a deeper level. Without self-awareness, we can easily fall into autopilot mode, repeating the same patterns and behaviors without understanding why we do what we do. We become disconnected from our true selves and lose sight of the choices that can empower us. When we cultivate self-awareness, we gain the clarity needed to make intentional decisions and break free from the habits that no longer serve us. The journey of self-awareness begins with being present in the moment. Often, we are so consumed by the past or anxious about the future that we forget to pay attention to what is happening right now. Being present means tuning into our inner world, noticing the thoughts that arise, and observing how our emotions shift throughout the day. This simple act of mindfulness can reveal so much about our internal state and give us valuable insight into our behavior. As we develop greater self-awareness, we begin to recognize the beliefs and patterns that shape our lives. Some of these beliefs may be limiting, inherited from past experiences or societal conditioning, while others may be empowering. With awareness, we can begin to challenge and transform the beliefs that hold us back, replacing them with more constructive and positive thoughts. We can also start to notice the triggers that lead to negative emotions or reactions, giving us the opportunity to respond in a more conscious and intentional way. Self-awareness also means recognizing our strengths and areas for growth. It's about accepting ourselves fully, acknowledging both our potential and our limitations, and using this understanding to create the life we desire. By embracing self-awareness, we take control of our narrative and begin to consciously shape our future rather than letting our unconscious mind drive the direction of our lives. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to face challenges with strength, and to continue moving forward even when life becomes difficult. It is a trait that allows us to maintain our inner stability even when external circumstances are unstable. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges or hardships, but about how we respond to them. It is a mindset, a way of thinking that enables us to see difficulties not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. Life will always present us with challenges, but how we navigate those challenges determines the quality of our experience and the direction our lives take. At the core of resilience is the belief that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. It's a deep knowing that even in our darkest moments, we have the strength to overcome and emerge stronger. This belief is not based on external circumstances, but on our internal capacity to adapt, learn, and grow. When we develop resilience, we build emotional endurance and mental fortitude. We learn to manage stress, cope with disappointment, and face fear without being paralyzed by it. Resilience also involves cultivating a positive mindset. It's about finding the silver lining in difficult situations, shifting our focus from what is wrong to what is possible. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. Rather, it's about acknowledging the challenges while choosing to focus on the actions we can take to move forward. Resilience is the ability to maintain hope and optimism even in the face of adversity, knowing that every challenge is a stepping stone toward personal growth and transformation. As we build resilience, we develop the emotional strength to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and determination, knowing that we have the power to overcome anything that comes our way. The power of belief is one of the most transformative forces in our lives. Our beliefs shape the way we see the world, how we perceive ourselves, and what we are capable of achieving. They influence our actions, decisions, and interactions with others. The beliefs we hold, whether conscious or unconscious, create our reality. If we believe we are limited, stuck, or incapable of change, we unconsciously align ourselves with those limitations. On the other hand, if we believe we are capable, worthy, and open to growth, we create opportunities for expansion and transformation. Beliefs are not fixed, they can be changed. Many of the beliefs we hold are learned through experiences, cultural influences, and societal conditioning. These beliefs, however, do not define us. They are not who we truly are. When we begin to examine our beliefs and question their validity, we open the door to change. We have the power to reframe old beliefs and replace them with new ones that serve our highest good. This shift in belief is not always easy because it requires us to confront deeply held assumptions and thought patterns. But when we make the decision to change our beliefs, we begin to change our lives. One of the most powerful tools for changing our beliefs is awareness. By becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs that govern our actions, we can begin to identify those that are limiting or disempowering. Once we recognize these beliefs, we can challenge them. We can ask ourselves, is this belief serving me? Is it helping me grow? If the answer is no, we have the ability to consciously choose a new belief, one that empowers us to take action and step into the life we desire.